Hello everyone, my name is Mary Chandrakasan. Today my group and I are going to talk about safeguarding and protection in health and social care. Now I am going to start with what is safeguarding. Safeguarding in health and social care means the policies, procedures and actions taken to protect people's right to live safely without abuse, neglect and harm. It makes sure that people, especially children, adults at risk, and those who are vulnerable due to age, disability, and illness are treated with dignity and protected from danger. Safeguarding is really important because people who use health and social care services rely on support from other people. It means they are in a higher risk of abuse, neglect, exploitation, and discrimination. Everyone working in health and social care has the responsibility to be aware of the safeguarding policies, recognize signs of abuse and neglect, report concerns quickly, maintain confidentiality, and report information accurately. Safeguarding practice is also guided by 6 key principles such as empowerment, prevention of harm, proportionality, protection, partnership, and taking accountability. Managers and organizations must make sure of strong safeguarding policies, training for staff, safe recruitment practices, and clear procedures when responding to concerns. Overall, safeguarding is important for ensuring people are being cared for and protected from harm and treated with respect. Every health and social care worker has the responsibility to act responsibly and create safe environment for every individual.
Hi, my name is Angela. I'm gonna talking about my slides, and the first one is the legal and policy frameworks. The legal and policy frameworks underpinning safeguardings, including legislation and guidelines. In the UK, important pieces of legislation for safeguardings include the Care of Act 2014 and the Children's Act 2004. These laws put a legal duty for professional and legal authorities to safeguard adults and children at risk of harms. Guidance for bodies such as NICE also provides professionals with a framework of best practice. These laws and also policies can provide multi-agencies working between health services, social care, education, and police. The second slide is the type of abuse that we have the different types of abuse. The physical abuse can include hitting, punishing, or misuse of medication. Emotional or physiological abuse can include threat, intimidation, humiliation, and isolation. Sexual abuse can be any unwanted sexual activity or exploit. Financial abuse includes theft or misuse of the person's money, of properties. Finally, the negligence can occur when an individual basic needs such as food, hygiene, or medical care are not met. Recognizing this type of abuse is crucial in protecting vulnerable people. The status line is recognizing signs and indications. Warning signs of abuse of negligence may be physical, such as unexplained bruising, burns, or fractures. They can also be behavioral, such as withdrawal, anxiety, depression, forlornness, or sudden mood change. Other indications may include poor hygiene, malnutrition, hydration, dehydration, or undertreated medical condition. Signs of social isolation or fear of certain care are also significant. Early recognition of these signs is important to help help professional care take actions and prevent future harms.
Professionals are to identify and assist, recognizing the signs of neglect, abuse, or harm. And when they recognize, they have to report. They ensure that they report concerns to the right authorities. Upholding principles of making safeguarding personal by empowering individuals that will be supporting them in their choices in place. To be preventing harm from occurring. Ensuring that all actions be accountable and transparent. They should be working in partnership with other agencies, a key principle of foundational legislation.
Now I am going to talk about safeguarding procedures. Safeguarding in health and social care involves protecting vulnerable people from abuse, neglect, and harm. Clear procedures make sure that staff can recognize risks, respond quickly, and apply legal responsibilities. For example, the ones highlighted in the CARE Act 2014. Also, effective safeguarding enables safety, dignity, and well-being. A key procedure is the recognition of abuse, where staff have to find signs such as physical injuries, emotional distress, poor hygiene, or sudden financial changes. Training helps practitioners understand the different forms of abuse. When concerns start to appear, staff must report and record information accurately and quickly. Then they need to share the reports with the safeguarding lead, who may raise the problems to legal authorities or emergency services. Safeguarding also depends on multi-agency working. It means organizations like the local authorities, police, and healthcare providers share information to ensure that risks are assessed fully and that plans to support meet a person's needs. Also, local authorities must carry out Section 42 of the CARE Act 2014 when adults with care need might be going through abuse. These inquiries assess risks, collect evidence, and decide on protective actions while including the individual in decision concerning their safety. Overall, safety procedures make sure that vulnerable people get timely protection and support.
My name is Safia Khatun and I am talking about safeguarding. Safeguarding practice is a complex field with many natural obstacles and ethical questions. These issues create impediments in dealing with safeguarding challenges which aim to protect humans from damages while maintaining their rights and liberty. Safeguarding challenges: physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, neglect abuse, exploitation abuse, any kind of physical violence or injury is considered physical harm. Sexual abuse, sexual harm, and encompasses sexual harassment, sexual assault, and sexual exploitation. Emotional bullying, harassment, and after effects of trauma are examples of emotional and psychology harm. Neglect: when care is not given, it can show up as a lack of support or an inability to meet basic needs. Exploitation mean unjust treatment is considered a form of emotional and psychological harm. Safeguarding face many operational challenges, for example, data exchange. One of the most important issues in information exchange is data security. Agency cannot share data with another even in cases where sharing is permitted by law for protective purpose. Secondly, evaluating the potential threats, obtaining reliable assessment of mental capacity and risk often call for expert judgment, which can be subjective and difficult to standardize. Safeguarding and dilemma. Ethics. This is very main and second challenges. High impact of abuse and neglect can create emotional and physical impact. For example, depression, stress disorders, fear and anxiety, which can include feelings of fear, loneliness, and very low self-esteem. Abusing a person leads them to feel ashamed and worthless. Depression and trauma. Suffering from depression and trauma can lead to mental health issues. Physically impact. Physical mean injuries, physical abuse, for example, cuts, broken bones, poor health, lack of proper nutrition, cause untreated illness at medical condition. Behaviorally and social impacts consist alcohol use, self-harm, criminal behavior, risky sexual practice, educational problem. It has affected individual are more like to have lower educational attention, poor language and social skills, and higher chance to entering special education program. Economically, long-term mental health can lead to lower economic productivity, less job opportunity, and potential on welfare. Thank you.
Another point I want to talk to you about is prevention and best practice in safeguarding. They make sure that they implement safeguarding policies in place. They should design a special person for safeguarding, and they should have a safeguarding leader in work or in place. There should be open fostering for the staff to be confident to raise any concern. That they have. They make sure that all the staff volunteers are trained and they do DVS checks as well. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.
Hi, my name's Lelia, and I'll be presenting to you 2 slides regarding safeguarding. The first thing I'm going to be speaking about is case studies on safeguarding. So I'm just going to read to you what I've written. So every organization that works with or encounters children will always have different needs for safeguarding and child protection. Safeguarding is designed to be used alongside the organization safeguarding and child child protection policies and procedures. Safeguarding case studies help us understand how children can be failed when warning signs are missed or when agencies do not work effectively together. I will be giving you a few examples on how these real cases demonstrate why safeguarding procedures exist and how failures to act can place vulnerable children at serious risk. I will now focus on the case of Baby P to explore these issues in more details. Of course, I'll be speaking about Baby P and what I've got. Well, Baby P is actually a young boy that was severely abused and he died in 2007. So Baby P, Peter Connolly, which is his full name, a 17-month-old boy from North London, suffered severe abuse over an 8-month period whilst under the supervision of social services, health professionals and the police. Key concerns noticed. Multiple bruises and injuries were repeatedly recorded. He was taken to the GP and hospital many times, but his injuries was always seen as accidents. Baby P's mother provided inconsistent explanations for the injuries. Professionals noted a hostile home environment, and then the safeguarding actions taken. Social workers visited the home over 60 times. A child protection plan was created. Multi-agency meetings were held between health police and social care. Police conducted visits regarding potential domestic abuse. Despite concerns, professionals accepted the mother's explanation and allowed Baby P to remain at home.
In conclusion, the safeguarding is important to health and social care. She provides vulnerable people by being aware of the law, recognizing the type of abuse, and understanding the warning signs. Professionals can create a safe environment and provide the quality of care. Thank you so much, and thank you for listening to us, and I hope you like it.